Welcome to the Sales Podcast, session 55. We're taking it to the mat. Welcome to the 55th edition of the Sales Whisperer Podcast. I'm Wes Schaefer, the Sales Whisperer, your host, and today we've got Matt Welch. Comes to us live from Florida, where he now lives life on his terms. He picks and chooses his clients, hangs out on his boat a good bit, goes out to the islands, and he teaches mixed martial arts just because he wants to. He started out as a chiropractor, though, and he was a starving chiropractor, which you'll hear about. And he learned marketing and turned his life around. So, in honor of Matt's beginning, I found a little funny on chiropractors. So it's an abbreviation of David Letterman's top 10 signs you've gone to a bad chiropractor. And number one is there's a 2-drink minimum. Second is at the end of the session, he lies down on the table and says, "My turn." And finally, you know you've gone to a bad chiropractor when he rushes in late to your appointment, still wearing his Burger King uniform. Well, that's bad right there. That's funny right there. I don't care who you are. And I love chiropractors. A couple of my friends are, and I see one. So, hey, don't be beating me up, Matt, if you hear this and you're anywhere near Southern California. But Matt has been living the Sales Podcast creed before it was even written. And it goes like this. Today is my day. I work diligently towards my goals, which are bigger than me. I bite off more than I can chew because only then will I truly know my current limits, and surpassing them becomes my new goal for today. Through education, accountability partners, and bold, decisive action, today will be better than yesterday, and tomorrow will be better yet. I'm ready to produce. And if you're ready to produce more sales in the next month, please visit 30daysalesgrowth.com. When you go to checkout, enter the word podcast, all lower case letters, and you'll receive $30 off that program. It's my own personal program that I've put together. It's a best of, if you will, of my sales tips and strategies going all the way back to 1997. So it will help you sell mo better. I guarantee it. So now, without further ado, here's Matt Welch. Matt Welch with the nice, cute dog in your Skype profile. Welcome to the Sales Podcast.
We're here. Thanks for inviting me on the call. It's great.
I had to hit the record real quick because you were giving away all these great nuggets. So, but before we jump into that, would you mind just take a couple seconds, couple minutes, just give everybody a quick rundown on who you are, what makes you tick?
Matt Welch. Originally chiropractor that starved. And I actually bought a marketing kit from Altadena, Ben, and it turned my life around. And I ended up working for Ben, with Ben, and it just kind of led down this path. And we're here today. So the funny thing is that back then when I starved. I was looking at marketing stuff, and I just didn't know what to do, and I just believe that there's two types of people. The type that just doesn't know what to do, and then there's the guy that just no matter what, he's not going to be successful. And I was just the guy that just needed I needed the information, and once I got that, things just went nuts for me. So. Anything else you want to hear about that?
So the information, you're talking about just basically once you got a roadmap on how to build your business, you just follow that roadmap and became a product of the product.
What happened with me was I was chiropractor starving, and I bought the kit, Altadena's kit, and I remember I got it because I didn't have any patience at all, and I got the kit and I went into the back room and I started to read, and I knew this was it. It was basically, he just taught direct response marketing, a lead generation stuff. And it just all made complete sense to me. And Monday morning came, and I did exactly what he said. And the ad started to pull. I generated leads. I followed it up, and within a month, my practice was filled up. And it went from there to I studied him, and then I said, hey, where did Ben learn? And so I looked into it, and I found guys like Jeff Paul, Kennedy, and so I started to seek them out. And this was back in like 2000, and the internet. I was just starting to get on it then, but finding these guys, the internet, I didn't do that then. So I started to get on their mailing lists, and I started to buy their stuff, and then I bought Dan's stuff, Kennedy stuff, and I think it was like maybe $100 for the year, and you got a newsletter from Dan. And the cool thing about this is that I always paid attention to not so much what someone says, but what they actually do. And I watched Ben, and I watched Jeff Paul, and I watched Dan, and Dan took me, and Ben and stuff. They took me from being flat broke to making money, and therefore I could pay them a lot more money. And I bought everything that Ben had. Within a year with Dan, from that first $100 thing, I probably spent, I'm guessing, $40,000 or $50,000 with him, because what he taught me worked. And the huge lesson there is, don't sell junk. The biggest thing is sell things that actually work. And there's too many marketers, I believe, that they get caught up in this marketing hype, and they learn how to market, but they deliver junk. And when you do that, you're constantly chasing new customers. And for me, things really went down a path of the beginning days. I also kind of fell into the hype game, and I started to write my own stuff. And when I started to write it, Ben actually flew me out there to see him, and I spoke at his boot camps with Jeff Paul and Kennedy and stuff. And I went down this path of being that kind of hypey guy too. And it really, I saw guys starting to have problems getting popped with legal stuff and this and that. And like what really kind of turned things around for me was I went to Benzavanga, Gary Benzavanga seminar in 2005. And I had heard about him. Halbert talked about him a lot, and I met Gary in 2001 seminar, and I had actually done a little bit of work with him, and he spoke about him a lot. So in about 2004, I saw, I think it was a pay-per-click ad about him, because I Googled him and stuff, because I was always looking for Benzavanga stuff, because the guys who knew said this guy for copywriting is the best. So all of a sudden I saw him there, and I opted into a list, and he was sending tips for free. And I was kind of shocked at this, because this was in 2004 still. So about once a month or so, he would email you, a great tip, a copywriting tip, and he just taught. And I was like, man, this is maybe the best guy in the world giving this stuff away for free. And I thought to myself, what's going on with this, And it was about a year of this, and after about a year, I kind of knew this guy. I didn't know him, of course, but I knew him. I knew his personality. I knew he gave great stuff. And all of a sudden, I remember his seminar. The email came. I opened it up, and he announced a seminar, and I didn't read the sales letter. I went straight there and bought $5,000 ahead. I think he accepted 145 people or something like that. But I mean, the whole moral there was that he built a relationship and he gave me what I wanted before he asked me to give him anything, which was money.
Right.
And I think that's a huge thing. A lot of people nowadays teach to give stuff away free and then ask for the sale. But it's not just you give things away free. I think it's about building a relationship, because just like a contractor, everybody's afraid to hire the painter and this and that, because these guys come into your house and they make a mess and disappear. All of this stuff, marketers are seeing the same kind of light, And I think the key is you really want to build a relationship. You want to prove yourself to somebody. You want to give somebody exactly what they want before you get what you want. And Ben Zavanga did that, and I went to that seminar, and it was the first seminar I went to that somebody actually taught. You usually go and all these guys do is pitch you, and Ben Zavanga didn't pitch the entire time. He went up there and 2 days it was, I believe, 2 days or 2.5 days. And he just taught. And in the room were the best guys in the world. Carlton, Halbert was in the room, and the guy just taught. And he was at a great place in New York. He gave you unbelievable food. I mean, extras and stuff. He gave you gifts, this and that. So the other thing was, it was an experience like I hadn't had before. The guy over delivered. And I think that's another key. You can't give people, first of all, you can't give people less than what you say you do. And when your marketing is hypey and you make a lot of claims, it's impossible to deliver that, and you're going to get burned. When your claims are small, you can over deliver it. And when you do that, you're going to get a customer for life. If Ben Zavanga came out with something today, and I haven't spoken with him since maybe a few weeks after that seminar, if he came out with something today, I wouldn't read the sales letter. I'd buy it. Altadonna, the exact same thing. Anything that guy comes out with, here's my credit card, because these guys build a relationship with you. I have absolute trust with them, and I think that's what most guys miss. They're just out there and they're just trying to get new customers, and they're burning bridges. If your marketing is really, really good, it's the best way to alert everybody that you're not any good. You know what I mean by that?
Right.
And these guys get great at writing sales letters and ads and these Facebook ads that are bright red, and they get a lot of clicks and stuff. And man, you can really alert people quickly that they shouldn't do business with you. That's when you got to change your name and a niche and this and that, and So I mean, for me, the Ben Zavanga thing, and one thing he taught there, I forgot this, was he put up a Blockbuster magalog he did, and the headline was "Grow Rich Slowly," and he explained that in that time everybody was selling the get rich quick stuff, and the whole deal was first it was get rich quick, and then everyone escalated claims. So he came in the back door and he did the reverse. He told everybody, that stuff is baloney. You've been burned by that stuff before. Here's how to actually get rich slowly, dependably over time. And he said that was just huge. And I took that away from that seminar. And besides the fact that this guy really he just really came through. But I took that idea away from that, and I brought that into my marketing, and pretty much everything I've done since then has been has been the not hype, no claim, a low ball approach. And I can go into a niche where people they've really seen it all. In today's world, trying to find a niche where they haven't seen direct response marketing, copywriting and stuff, it's almost impossible. So when I go into a niche and I write the medical niche a lot, and man, nowadays you can't make any claims at all. Anyway, you're gonna end up in jail. I know some people do supplements and this and that, but man, I'm all about staying outside of jail, being safe, and so I go in there and I tell these people straight. I say, look, man, this might not be for you. Here's why. If you're the type of person that believes in buy this, put it under your pillow, and wake up thin, wake up without pain, whatever, this is not for you. This is a real medical treatment. In medicine, nothing is 100%. In fact, a lot of times getting 25% or 1/3 of people better is a great response. Okay, so what we're looking for today is maybe to get you 15, 20, 25% better, and that's about it. And when you explain things to people, a lot of people think you're not going to get a response for that. We get huge responses because people realize someone's telling them the truth. And then when they actually come in and the procedure gets them out of pain or gets them 60, 70% out of pain, over-delivered, you win. Man, they stay with you for life. They refer. But if you actually told them you're going to get 100% relief and they got 80% relief, you're going to lose. So I don't get into that game. I just really lay it on the line with them, and my copies evolve. What I really think it is in the beginning days when I see somebody and they're writing all these claims and you made $10 million in 10 minutes and stuff. When I see that stuff, I really see that as, first of all, somebody who wants to go to jail, and second of all, somebody who really doesn't know how to write.
Right.
They're just amping up claims and stuff, and you can't win with that. The type of person you're going to get with that anyway is going to be the type who believes in magic, voodoo, and stuff. And they're not going to stay with you anyway. It's not going to work. In medicine too. How about if I come back here?
No, I can hear you fine. I'm just getting a little loop when I talk, but yeah, that sounds better.
All right, cool. All right, so what was I up to there? I forgot.
Oh, well, I had 2 questions for you though, and even 3, and then it's going to spill into 17. But let's go back. You're not a chiropractor anymore, right? Or are you?
No.
So when did you stop that?
I stopped practicing in 2004. I used to live in New Jersey. I practiced there for nine years. I built it up with Ben's stuff, and then I just didn't want to live in New Jersey. Right. And for me, the most important thing was a lifestyle thing. So I just got up one day and left, and I moved down here to Boca Raton, and I've been here 10 years now.
So I want to dive into both phases of the business. On the one hand, what did you do to fill up your practice in 30 days? Because obviously in 30 days you couldn't build this type of relationship like Gary did over a year. But then some of your newer work, obviously, you do have the runway to build that relationship. So can you kind of talk about the rubber meets the road kind of things you did from day one and that people can do today in a similar situation? And then we'll kind of talk in, more advanced or more mature business and how you market today.
Sure. There's a couple things there. Back then, I was strictly doing lead generation stuff. I was running a lead generation ads a newspaper, free reports for back pain, a carpal tunnel, condition specific stuff. And when they would call a hotline, because this was 99, 2000. We didn't even have the internet. Well, the internet was there, but I wasn't on it back then. So they would basically call a hotline, leave their name, and we would send them a free report, which was a sales letter. And the whole key there was multi steps. Some people mail out one piece, and you're going to get some kind of response. But what I started to do was I started to make sequences that were extremely long, 25 steps, which eventually went to Jeff Paul said to me, you mail to people until they buy or die or tell you to stop.
Right.
And that's a huge thing. Once someone raises their hand and says, hey, I'm interested, don't quit with them. And that's what really made the success for me was that system I bought was 3 steps. It was mailing out the same sales letter 3 times, second notice, a final notice deal. And so what I did was, man, I'm just going to add steps. And so I started to add postcards, letters and stuff like that, and it just grew and grew and grew, and man, on the 25th step, I'm still getting people, so because people buy from you when they're ready, and not when you're ready. So if you were going to ask me today, if I was going to start a business today, which clients and stuff do, I do with them, I'm going to tell you, generate leads, qualify leads, a follow-up with them. When you do that, you're going to get some people immediately, and the other people, if you do it correctly, you're going to build a relationship. What Gary did, Benzavanga did, right? So he didn't ask for a sale in that first month, but he could have, and some people would have bought. So with lead generation, you can really you can build a relationship as you're making sales.
Right. And do you? Hey, we're getting that feedback again. I don't know if you can turn me down, or maybe mute when I ask you a question, then unmute. That's cool. Today, are you still doing a lot of direct mail with your clients? Are you seeing results as well with email marketing, SMS? I mean, do you tell them to do everything?
Everything. The answer is always everything. Everything that works. The more ways you can get at somebody, the better. Whether it's direct mail, video, audio, mails. People went away from direct mail, and I feel direct mail is still the best way to convert. Everybody likes email because email is quote unquote free, but there's opportunity cost. And for every person you don't convert, you actually lost money. Halbert used to teach that direct mail converts 10 times more email. I don't know the math. I don't know if that's true. I just know that it converts better. So I believe you do both. Well, one of the biggest things I do is the internet. When I get a lead on the internet, they put their name, email in a form. One of the first things I do is I try to capture a snail mail from them. I send them with their maybe second email, an email that says to them, hey, I have something great to send you, but I have to send it to your house. Can you give me your snail mail address? Just doing that one thing. I don't know the math, and I'm not going to make a claim it's going to get 10 times the response as that, but you're going to get a much better conversion rate. Plus the person who does that, that's a really interested lead.
And so, what are you sending? You're sending a CD, a long-form sales letter? You're splitting it up, always testing?
As far as what? As far as the
As soon as you ask for their address, because I know some people listening to this like, I can't afford that. What would I send them? Mail is so expensive. Do I send a 10-page letter? Do I send a postcard? Do I send a CD?
Yeah, I mean, of course, the answer to that no one wants to hear is always test. But that's starting a sequence. That I'm not sending them one thing in the mail. They just told me to start mailing them. So I'm going to say, hey, I've got. It depends on what this whole thing was, of course, but I've got a welcome kit for you, and you send them some great stuff, and they say, hey, this guy's awesome. You're starting to win this, and then after that, you send them, the next week, 2 weeks, whatever your sequence is, you're going to go down that. So you're going to have emails to them, snail mails to them. Everything's going to go together. So the people that say that they can't afford to mail, I don't know what business they're in. You can't afford not to mail.
Right.
Man, sending someone $20 worth of mail, $30 to $50 worth of mail to get somebody to convert that turns into a customer that spends $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 over the next 5 or 6 years. I don't know what kind of math they're doing, but you can't afford not to mail to people.
Well, I think most people don't do any math. They don't know their math.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting by on the get-rich-quick schemes, dabbling here in some Facebook ads, doing some social media, putting out some Twitter posts, going to Chamber of Commerce mixers, and, relying on that. Maybe an occasional trade show. But, this is what we work on, the whole fix-your follow-up failure, multimedia, multi-step touch points to bring somebody along. So that's why I wanted to have you on the call. It's because I know you've mastered that. And so what are you doing now? Because you're in Boca Raton. I see your martial arts studio. I know you do some private consulting. How has your business evolved?
My business, when people ask me what I do, I never really know what to say to them. You're gonna understand this. But, you meet somebody out and they're like, what do you do? And I don't even know where to begin with them, because even if I say that it doesn't make any sense to them. What I basically have is like, when we started this call, you asked me, what's your website? And I said, I don't have a website.
Yep.
And people are like, whoa, this guy, find me. You're going to maybe find me Facebook, my personal thing, whatever. I don't market myself. I've marketed my businesses, but I don't market my services. And this is not the a takeaway sales pitch. The old, I'm so busy, I don't need you, and the client suck hat Halbert used to wear and stuff like that. This is not shtick. I don't. Website, I don't have anything like that. My business has evolved into I have clients that pay me basically a retainer fees. They pay me $5,000, $6,000 a month, and for that, depending on who they are, they either get material with that every single month, or that gives them the opportunity to get things from me first. And like I said, everything is about a relationship. And I've had these people for, some of them since 2000, 2001. And I honestly don't need more. But basically, I work at home. I write the copy for them. I've gotten into, I can put up websites. I just kind of do all different kinds of things. And I kind of break some rules because I know that the best way to make money is to specialize and to sub things out and to only do what makes the most money. So I should only be doing the things that maximize the money for me, and everything else I delegate. I know that. I'm not that kind of guy. I like to go to. I also train guys. I train guys to fight. Mixed martial arts guys. I used to fight myself. I've set this up so basically my clients and stuff, I do their work. I pretty much, it only takes me 2 weeks out of the month to do almost all their work, and I basically I spend time fishing and training these guys to fight. So for me, it was really a lifestyle thing I set up. I didn't want employees. I didn't want all of that stuff. That stuff for me, it's a nightmare. So I don't make as much money as some of these guys want to make. I don't want to rule the world, but I make plenty of money. I don't have any concern for bills, and I get to do exactly what I want. I'm actually going to go to the Bahamas for a month. And all I need is my computer and the internet. So for me, that's why I set this up, and I don't need anybody. I don't need the website and stuff, because I don't churn through anybody, clients. They don't come and go. Nobody gets burnt. Everybody wants me to do more and more work. My whole problem is they usually want a lot more work I can get done.
Right.
So that's my business. Most of it is a strategy with them, and then I actually do the stuff. I write the copy, the ads. I'll actually website for them. I'll just throw it all up for them. So that's what I do. Make sense?
Yeah, that's cool. And then how do you structure that, though, with your clients? Because a lot of people, I work with a lot of service-type businesses, and they want to know, too, how do you keep somebody on long-term without them, thinking that they own you or trying to get more access to you than what they're paying for? How do you set those boundaries, to have that healthy relationship?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Because, as time goes on, relationship-wise, a lot of these guys we become friends, and when you become friends, things can change quickly. Friends don't want to pay as much as this and that, so you really have to keep things business-wise. And the one thing I learned from Ben was Altadonna was, man, it's business, and we've been friends for a long time. But everything that he tells me, as far as the business goes, is a business decision, and it has nothing to do with us. And many times he's done things that would cut me out of something, or it wasn't what I really wanted to do. It's his business. That's fine, And if I don't like that, I don't have to do it too. And so I took the approach, and that's why I don't like to deal with a lot of people too, because I only want to deal with people who understand that, who get that, and that's why you want to build a relationship and keep it for a long time, because a lot of people came and go with me in the beginning too, because they want to chisel you down, they want to get something free. Jeff Paul said something to me a long time ago, and he said, hire slow, fire fast. And what that means is, man, don't jump into bed with somebody and then try to figure out if you like them. Figure out what's going on first, bring them in slow, and then jump into bed with them, and I've just whittled it down to less people who think accurately, and that's really what it is. And people, you're always going to get the people that just they don't want to pay for it and stuff. Man, when that happens, get rid of them. Get rid of them. You don't need them, and if you think you need them, you're doing something wrong.
Well, and I love it too. I mean, hire slow, fire fast. you're talking about clients, right? Because I just had interviewed actually a good friend of mine the other day. She's been my realtor, her and her husband, and they're one of the top 200 realtors in the nation. Been doubling business 3-4 years in a row. And they said the same thing, hire slow, fire fast, but that was for their employees. But I love it. You're talking about bring on clients slowly and fire them quickly, right?
Absolutely. Yes, man. Kennedy taught me that too. Everyone thinks that the customer is always right, and that you have to do everything for them. Look, the key to everything is find out what people want and give it to them. And besides that, positioning. You have to position yourself on the top of the mountain. Kennedy said, nobody goes to the wise man on the base of the mountain, right? So positioning is a huge, huge thing. If you don't have positioning in business, you're going to lose. You're forever going to chase. And that's where the hypey marketing, all that stuff plays into is that you need clients, customers, new patients, whatever it is. So I think the key to marketing is, and Ben Altadon has got a lock on this right now, anti-marketing. Your marketing should actually convince people that you don't market. I get people every week wanting me to do their stuff, and I don't have a website. You can't find me. I don't know how they find. Well, a Facebook, they can kind of look at stuff and it's that, but people search you out, and when people search you out, you're on top of the mountain. You win. Period. And like I said, this wasn't a shtick for me. This isn't an act, but it's absolutely the truth. If you don't position yourself correctly, you're going to just chase and chase and chase, and when you chase, you repel. And I forgot where I was kind of going with that, but anyway, positioning is huge. What was the main thing there?
Oh, we're talking about hire slow, fire fast.
Oh, yes. So it's the same thing there. When someone wants to hire me, I am interviewing them. Okay. I only want to do work for somebody who thinks accurately, good person, products are good. They are elite, period. I am not going to do elite marketing for someone who is going to rip people off too, and you can tell a lot about anybody from what they sell people. If they're willing to sell junk, man, what are they willing to do to you? So, I really think you have to pick and choose who you work with, and, turn people away. If in the beginning of the relationship, that's going to be a honeymoon time. If it doesn't work, then your best bet most likely is ended.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm just trying to wrap my head around what we could tell that true beginner, because it really is being, you have to remove yourself. We all care about what we're doing, but you have to tell yourself you don't care in a way, right? It's like, I don't need that client. So don't care about the results. Just put out good stuff and it'll come back to you even when you're starving and hungry, right? I mean, because you got to have that relaxed, calm demeanor to attract those good clients. Otherwise, you're just always attracting the Walmart shoppers that are going to beat you up, and you'll never get to the top of that mountain.
I agree. And once again, to bring up those hypey ads and stuff, hypey ads attract people, like you said, a Walmart stuff. Hypey stuff, over-the-top ads, huge claims are going to attract, as far as I'm concerned, wrong people. And if somebody's new into this, my advice to them is also, when I was new into this, I listened to a guy who said that you can be an expert in a weekend. Basically, all you have to do is read some stuff and then Monday morning claim you're an expert. and I think that's a bunch of baloney. You're not. I think it's fraud.
Yep.
And one, I brought up that jail time before too, and most of the stuff just claiming to be this, not a doctor and stuff, of course. But to me, that's fraud. If you're new at this, be willing to jump through some hoops. Be willing to take some time, get good at it. Be willing to let people know. I don't think it's okay to act like you're a guru when you went to a seminar and you've been marketing for a month or 2 or 6 months. You're not. I'm not Ben Altadonna. I'm not Halbert, Benzovanger, Carlton. I'm not these guys, and I would be the first ones to say I am not those guys. I'm pretty damn good. If you can get those guys, go get them. Okay. But here is who I am. I've got like 15 years into this now. I have worked with some of the best guys in the world. But when you start out, I believe, be upfront with them and say, look, here is who I am. Here's what I really think I can do for you. And my price is going to reflect that. And build yourself up. Don't be this guy that just thinks you're worth $1 million a year because you read The Secret and you've convinced yourself you're worth $1 million a year. Guess what? You're not. That's fraud, and to get good at this stuff, I truly believe it takes some time. I don't know, how many tests you've done, how many things you've tried, how much money you've lost perfecting what you do right now. But I've been on the inside with some big guys, and nobody sees failures for years and testing, and they only see the successes. And man, in mixed martial arts, I see these guys coming into this a lot. And they watch a TV show and they come in and they train and they think they're going to fight in 6 months. They think they're going to fight in a year. Man, and you can go to some schools that these schools are just frauds, and they put these kids and they fight my guys, and my guys crush them, and man, you got to put in your time. In fighting, it's one thing because we can actually go out there and we can prove that you guys don't know how to fight. In the marketing stuff, man, you can make a lot of claims, and it just kind of floats around there, and someone writes you a check, and then you don't come through for them. It's terrible.
Yep.
So my advice to them is man, be upfront with who you are, what you can really do, and man, find a client to start with and build from there. Do it.
Right. Yeah, you see in the news that Kevin Trudeau, he was just sentenced to 10 years in prison, man. That he's a big hypester, right? So if you need any more proof than that, I don't know what else to give you. The hype doesn't work. Certainly not in the long run.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been on inside and stuff, and I've seen people get sued. I've seen their lives literally go to hell. Lawsuits for 5-6 years, attorney bills, sweating, getting sick. Nobody wants that, man. And the amazing thing for me was that I converted better, and business grew better when I got rid of any hype, when I got rid of claims. Man, the medical niche, I'm working some doctors and stuff, and with zero claims, it's amazing the response they're getting, and the patients come, and everything is over-delivered because we didn't make any claims, and the referral rates are just through the roof. When you make these huge claims and you take money from people and you don't come through for them, man, I think that's the worst thing in the world. And I am really only interested in building a business. I am not interested in getting some money today. And I think that's a whole different a mentality. And I think people have to shift from that. And if you can make that shift, you're not only going to have a business 10 years from now, you're going to have a better business next month also. Be surprised.
Right. Well, man, this has been fantastic. Do you want to put any info out there on how people can reach you, or just say do a Google search and good luck finding Matt?
Facebook. You know what? I'll give out email if someone wants to say hi. It's welchdc@yahoo.com. welchdc@yahoo.com, and you can find Facebook. You can Facebook me there, email me. You know, I'm not looking. Don't just email me to say just to talk or whatever. But if you have a question or whatever, I'm a pretty cool guy. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking for sales, this and that. Facebook me and say hi or whatever. That's all. I mean, I'm a pretty mellow guy. And that's all.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you, sir. This has been fantastic. We will have this published in the next week or so, and share your words of wisdom. You are on your way to being that wise man on the mountain.
I just hope I help some people out. That's all. It's a big enough pie, everybody, and the more people that market really, really well, ethically. The better the economy gets, the better the world gets, and I think that's a great thing.
Yep, I agree. Amen. That's why I had you on, man. I met you through John Carlton. I said I got to talk to this guy.
I'm kind of a recluse, you know what I mean. I'm kind of not, if you know Ben and this and that, you know me, but I kind of like my life. I don't like to be, I don't like to be known. I'm just, I train my guys, I write some stuff, and I go to the beach and fish. That's all.
Amen. Well, I want to be you when I grow up.
And I want to be you, so that's great. I mean, we can trade for a day or two, Well, 6 hours.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I'm about to have my 7th baby. I don't think you want to trade with me.
No, I take that back. You're right. I got my dog. That's enough for me.
But they are cute. They're cute,
7, huh?
7 and a dog. You would like my dog.
Yeah, I like dogs, kids. The whole everything. It's people. I think people should live the life they really want to live, and we always have to do things we don't want to do and stuff. But basically, you can set up a life when you learn this marketing stuff. You can set up almost any life you want.
Right.
And it's not the philosophical hype. Just believe strong enough. No, if you get the right tools and you take massive action, you can create an incredible life.
I agree. It's been working for me. It's working for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
It's been great.
All right, dude. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Great advice right there. Learn direct response marketing. Take massive action. Matt is such a humble guy. I mean, he has no website. He's not kidding. I found him through a copywriter legend, John Carlton. And we've been corresponding through Facebook. He just bought my Infusionsoft book. It was funny. I actually published it this morning on Facebook. He asked me what the URL is for the book, and it's bestcrmbook.com. I gave him that, and he says, hey, I bought it. This thing rocks, and he's recommending it to all of his friends. And he says, he told me, good thing the book didn't suck, because he would have said that too. But I told him I would have just bought it back from him if it did. But he's just that kind of guy. He just he practiced what he preaches. He lives life on his own terms. But it's all possible. As he said in the beginning, he was starting out as a chiropractor, and he had no patience, meaning no clients. And as an entrepreneur, none of us have any patience, right? As in being willing to be calm and let things happen on their own. So that's where that massive action came in. He did not try to reinvent things. He found something that worked, and he followed the process. Okay, so you need to do the same thing. Surround yourself with experts, okay? buy their products and programs, join their mastermind groups, start your own mastermind group, and make sure you surround yourself with people smarter than you, see what they're doing, and then implement for your business the way they do it. It really is that simple. You really can grow a business and be as successful as you want to be, take clients as you want, not have a website, pick and choose who you take money from. It really can be that easy if you get that specific and that simple, and then just take massive action, implement everything you can, see what works, change what doesn't, do more of what does. It's not easy, but it's simple. Okay? It really is. So, hey, one of my programs, if you want to get good, like I said at the beginning, check out 30daysalesgrowth.com. It'll help you sell better. Enter the word podcast, all lowercase, and on the checkout and the promo code, you'll save $30. And as always, thanks for listening. Please leave a comment at the blog at thesaleswhisperer.com and leave a review on iTunes. And you know what? I'm going to start giving away some bonuses, maybe a free CD, access to a couple of the CDs I've got, maybe even a free book. I don't know. Let's start getting those reviews in, and we'll do drawings. You know what? I'll just give them away to those that do. So let's try that. A free CD for a review. Just visit iTunes. You can visit thesalespodcast.com. Leave a 5-star review, then email me, wes@thesaleswhisperer.com, and let us know your email address. And my assistant, Tanya, will get you a link to download either the 7 Deadly Sins of Selling or Making Good Money in Bad Times. How's that for a deal? Thanks for listening, and as always, remember to sell different.